A real scenario. A woman is dating a guy who adores her, he puts in all the effort, treats her like a queen, and constantly reassures her. She gets used to it over time. She starts taking his presence for granted. She becomes less appreciative, stops putting in effort, and assumes he'll always be there. Then one day, he stops no more chasing, no more compliments, no more trying. At first, she doesn't take it seriously, but then she notices he's really gone. He's not watching her stories, not liking her posts, not checking in. That's when reality sets in. Wait, did he just walk away from me? And that's when the frustration kicks in. She expected him to beg. She thought he'd be fighting for her. Instead, she's left with a bruised ego and a growing sense of doubt. No matter how much she pretends to be unfazed, the truth lingers. She didn't expect to lose him, and that realization, it bothers her more than she'll ever admit. 3. Overconfidence. I don't need overconfidence. I don't need him, or so she thinks. Him, or so she thinks after the initial sting. Fades, she shifts into overconfidence. This is when she convinces herself that losing you means absolutely nothing in her mind. She's already rewritten the story. You weren't that important. She was going to leave anyway. And this was the best thing that could have happened. But deep down, that's just a shield to protect herself from the reality she doesn't want to face. She acts like she's unaffected. She puts on a show, making sure the world sees her thriving. More social media posts, more selfies, more nights out. With friends, she's louder, happier, and more carefree, at least on the surface. It's not just about moving on. It's about proving that she never cared in the first place. But here's the truth. If she truly didn't care, she wouldn't need to prove it. This phase is fueled by distractions. She keeps herself busy, surrounding herself with people soaking up attention, doing whatever it takes to keep her mind occupied, because the moment she slows down, the thoughts start creeping in. Was she too quick to dismiss you? Did she take you for granted? Those are questions she doesn't want to answer. So instead, she pushes forward with the idea that she's better off without you. She may even start acting as if she's upgrading. Maybe she entertains a new guy, not necessarily because she's interested, but because she wants to show herself, and possibly you, that she has options. It's never really about the new person. It's about maintaining the illusion that you never mattered, but that illusion only lasts as long as the distractions do. Eventually, the hype dies down. The thrill of proving a point fades. The attention she sought out stops feeling exciting, and that's when reality sets in. The noise around her quiets, and she's left alone with her own thoughts. That's when the overconfidence starts to wear off, because deep down she knows if she truly never cared, she wouldn't have needed all these distractions to begin with. 4. Curiosity kicks in. Why isn't curiosity kicks in? Why isn't he chasing? He's chasing after the confidence boost. Fades, something unsettling happens. Curiosity takes over. She thought she had this all figured out. You'd walk away and eventually you'd come crawling back trying to make things right. That's how it's supposed to work, isn't it? But then silence, and that silence starts to feel louder than anything else. At first she brushes it off. Maybe you're just trying to play it cool. Holding out for a bit before you reach out, she convinces herself it's only a matter of time before you break. But as the days pass and then the weeks, something starts to feel off. Why haven't you texted? Why aren't you checking in? Why does it seem like you vanished without a second thought? This is where she starts digging. She reopens your old messages, scrolling through them. Longer than she'd ever admit. She checks your social media not to interact, but just to see what you're up to. Maybe she even goes through her friends' profiles to see if you've liked or commented on anything. She might not realize it yet, but this is the moment. The dynamic shifts. The same man she expected to be chasing her is suddenly the one she's watching. And then comes the real frustration, because she can't understand what's happening every time she's been in this position. Before, the guy always showed up. There was always some form of validation that reassured her. She was still wanted, but when you walk away and stay away, it leaves a gap. She doesn't know how to fill. She starts questioning everything. Maybe she miscalculated. Maybe she wasn't as irreplaceable as she thought. Maybe you were the one in control all along, and that thought, that's what gets under her skin the most. Because now she doesn't just want your attention. She needs to know why she doesn't have it. Curiosity starts as a small itch, but it doesn't stop there. It builds, turning into late-night thoughts, random moments of distraction, and eventually a realization she wasn't prepared for. Because the moment a woman starts wondering why you're not chasing her is the moment she realizes she might have been the one who lost something valuable. Music, the emotional shift. Doubt starts creeping. In 5, the emotional shift, doubt, starts creeping in. At first, she was confident. She told herself she made the right call. She believed you'd eventually come back, or at the very least, that she wouldn't care if you didn't. But now, something feels different. The distractions don't work as well as they used to. The confidence she had starts feeling hollow, and in the quiet moments, she starts asking herself a question she never expected. Did I make a mistake? Doubt creeps in. Slowly, it doesn't hit her all at once. It starts with small, seemingly insignificant thoughts. Maybe she sees something that reminds her of you. A song, a place, a random inside joke that no one else would understand. At first, she shakes it off. But the more it happens, the harder it is to ignore. And then the comparisons begin. She might have thought she had other options, but suddenly those options don't seem so great. The attention from other men feels shallow. Conversations don't flow as easily. Something is missing, but she can't quite put her finger on it until she realizes it's you. This is where things start to get frustrating for her. She thought she had control. She thought she had moved on, but now her own mind is betraying her. The more she tries to push the thoughts away, the stronger they come back. Let's say she's out with friends, having a good time on the surface. She's smiling, laughing, acting like nothing is wrong. But then her mind drifts. She wonders what you're doing. If you've even thought about her at all, if maybe, just maybe she let go of something valuable without realizing it. The doubt only grows when she realizes you're not reaching out. If she was so sure about her decision, why does it bother her so much that you haven't tried to come back if she truly didn't care? Why does she keep checking your profile, wondering who you're with, thinking about what you're doing? This is where she starts regretting her own actions. And the worst part, she can't admit it to anyone, not even herself. So instead, she tries to suppress it, telling herself she's overthinking. But deep down, she knows the seed of doubt has already been planted, and now she's the one struggling to move on. 6. Regret and reflection. Did I lose a good man? Reflection. This is the moment where everything starts sinking in. At first, she brushed off the idea that she might have lost something valuable. She told herself she made the right choice, convinced herself she wouldn't care. But now she can't escape the realization that she let go of something that wasn't so easy to replace. Regret doesn't hit her all at once. It creeps in slowly, usually when she least expects it. She might hear a song that reminds her of you. She might see another couple and suddenly remember the moments you shared. Even worse, she might start comparing the men she meets to you and realizing none of them measure up. That's when the real regret sets in. She starts reflecting on how she treated you, the times you showed up for her, the effort you put in, the consistency. You gave her things she didn't appreciate when she had them. She remembers how she assumed you'd always be there, how she expected you to keep proving yourself, chasing, waiting for her to decide if you were worthy. But now she sees it for what it really was, a mistake. And here's where men need to wake up. Too many guys fall for this trap. The second they sense a woman's regret, they rush back hoping this means she's finally ready to give them what they wanted all along. They see the regret as a green light to go back to her, to try again. But that's where they go wrong. A woman can't truly regret losing you if you're still within reach. If you've been liking her posts, checking in, or waiting in the background, she won't feel the full weight of her loss. She may acknowledge that you were a good man, but if she still believes she can get you back, whenever she wants, the regret won't push her to take action. Real regret only happens when she knows she lost something for good, and if she does reach out, that's where you need to hold your ground. She needs to come back on your terms, not out of convenience, not because she's bored, and not because she just wants reassurance. Men who understand this win men who don't. They find themselves caught in the same cycle, hoping a woman's regret will lead to something real, only to realize she just wanted to know she could have him back. Don't be that guy, effort. She'll stop waiting for you to reach out and start figuring out how to get back in your world, but that only happens if you stand your ground. Men need to understand that a woman's regret means nothing if she doesn't take action, and if she does, she needs to come back on your terms, not hers. 7. The chase instinct. When she feels the void, something shifts when a woman realizes a man she once had is no longer in her reach. It's not just about missing him, it's about the absence of his presence, creating a void she can't ignore. And that's when the chase begins. At first, she might have felt relief, even pride, thinking she made the right decision. But as time passes, she starts to feel something she didn't expect: emptiness. Not necessarily loneliness, because she may still have options, distractions, or even a new relationship. But there's a difference between being around people and being connected to someone, and the connection she had with you. That's not so easy to replace. This is where a woman's natural chase instinct kicks in. Whether she admits it or not, she starts to wonder, why isn't he chasing? Why does he seem so unaffected? That's the part that gets to her the most. She expected you to fight for her, to check in, to prove you still care, but you didn't. And now that power dynamic has flipped, she might start testing the dares subtly, trying to get back into your life. Maybe she views your stories, likes a post, or even sends a casual message. But understand this: if you respond too quickly, you kill the chase. She needs to feel the struggle, the uncertainty, the reality that she no longer has the access she once did. That's what makes her wanted more. And here's where men often fail. They assume that just because she's reaching out, it means she wants something real again. But that's not always the case. Sometimes she just wants to confirm that she could have you back if she wanted. It's not about love, it's about ego. That's why you can't let the chase blind you. A woman's effort means nothing unless it's consistent. A few breadcrumbs, a little attention, or a random message don't mean she's truly invested. If she wants you back, she'll do more than send signals. She'll prove she values what she lost. The real question is, by the time she starts chasing, will you even care anymore? Because if you've truly leveled up, you won't be looking back. You'll be too focused on yourself, and that alone will make you even harder to catch. H, the reality. Check, you were the reality check. You were the prize. All along. Prize all along. This is where everything comes full circle. She went through all the phases: confidence, curiosity, doubt, regret. But now she's faced with the harshest truth of all. You were the prize, not her, and that realization stings. At first, she truly believed she was the one making the choice. She thought she had control, that she could walk away and either have you chasing or easily replace you. But now, as she reflects on everything, she starts to see the bigger picture. She didn't lose a man, she lost a man. And here's the part that men often miss. This only happens if you've stayed true to yourself. Too many guys ruined this moment by trying to prove something to her. They post things online hoping she'll see they start chasing success just to rub it in her face. But the real power that comes when you move on for yourself, when your growth isn't about her, it's about you. See, a woman can sense when a man is truly thriving. She knows when you've become the kind of man that other women want. And once she realizes that she let go of something rare, that's when the real pain hits. Because deep down, she knows no, she won't find another. Let's be clear. Not every woman will act on this realization. Some will let their pride keep them from reaching out. Some will convince themselves it's too late or that they don't want to seem desperate. But every single one will feel it. They will all have that moment where they wonder if they made a mistake. The key is, by the time she realizes this, you won't care anymore. You won't need her regret to validate you. You won't be waiting for her to come back. You'll be too busy being the man you were always meant to be. That's what this is really about, not getting her to chase, not proving her wrong, but understanding your own worth. The moment you do that, you'll see relationships differently. You'll stop placing women on pedestals. You'll stop fearing loss because now you know who the real prize is. And that's the ultimate power. Not just walking away, but walking away as a man who never needed to stay in the first place. Here's the cold hard truth. Most conclusion men waste years of their lives trying to prove their worth to women who never truly valued them in the first place. They bend over backward, trying to be good enough, hoping that one day she'll finally see what she had. But the reality, a woman only sees your worth after you've stopped trying to prove it. The moment you walk away, not as a strategy, not as a game, but because you truly understand that you are the prize. Everything changes. That's when she starts questioning herself. That's when she feels the loss. And that's when she realizes she never had the control. She thought she did, so ask yourself this. Are you the man who waits, who lingers in the background, hoping she wakes up? Or are you the man who walks away, not for her, but for himself? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Have you ever walked away from a woman and seen her reaction shift? Or are you still stuck in the cycle of chasing, hoping she'll realize what she lost? I'll be checking the comments and responding. I want to hear your experiences. Let's talk about it, and remember, when a man truly understands his worth, he never has to beg a woman to see it.